about 200 packets of these babies a day.
I have an eating disorder. It's different. I eat chalk. I love it. I have to have it.
Artificial sweetener is a poison. It destroys your brain.
A close family member beat me down, beat me up.
It's been about 5 years since I've seen my mom. This is one of the hardest moments I've ever had in my entire life right now. When I go to the store, it's major anxiety if I have to buy anything other than what I'm comfortable with. I don't even know what I would want to eat, but I don't want to be somebody who's like afraid of eating a cracker. All these foods that I haven't looked at in a long time, calorie and fiber and sugar and glycemic index, my head is spinning. This is where I feel crazy. My name is Melissa. I'm 36 years old and I live in Southern California. I'm 5'6", and today I weigh 107 pounds. 5 years ago, I weighed 54 pounds. It was like I was on the brink of being put in a coffin. I had 2 severe seizures. I had rigor mortis setting in where my body would stiffen up and I couldn't move. Now, my weight is at a higher level, but the same messages and voices and rituals in my head and body image problems, you know, they're all still there. What I've managed to do is control them to where I can be a functioning individual. Every single day, I try to eat as little as possible, 600 to 800 calories a day. Cup of coffee, 12 sweetener, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there we go. All the lovely chemicals. I go through about 200 packets of these babies a day.
I use it the way other people use candy. It's that sweet comfort, but without all the calories.
Not working has been a really big downfall for me right now. You know, I'm always looking for possible jobs, maybe going back to school, but I have a hard time focusing. I'm so hungry. Because I starve myself all day. I kind of have this thing where I allow myself to drink every 4 hours because I feel full after I drink. At 10 o'clock at night, I'll allow myself to have like a 35-calorie miso soup. Put like a lot of sweetener in that. Finally at 12, I can have my meal. It's always the same thing. A big salad with a lot of lettuce, 2 stalks of celery, fat-free cheese with 20 to 30 packets of sweetener. And isn't that look appetizing? That's like one of my favorite times of the night because I can let myself eat. And I'll just watch TV and I'll forget about all the craziness that's actually in this bowl because I'm so hungry. Because of all the abuse I've done on my body, I still don't have what I would consider a great figure. I feel like a 12-year-old little girl. I'm really good at hiding it. And so I usually wear like padded underwear to give myself like a little butt, and I give myself more cleavage by wearing a lot of padding in my bra. It's hard because if I want to get a real woman's body, it's probably going to require me to gain some more weight. And that's scary. Everything that I want in life has been ruined in some way, somehow, by this eating disorder. It gets in the way of me having a career, it gets in the way of me having a boyfriend. I'm 36 years old and I'm still a virgin. I would give anything to be somewhat of what I was before I had this eating disorder. I was a really cool person before I had it.
Melissa was a delightful little girl. She liked to be performing and she was a little dancer.
I was an extremely happy child. I think I came out of the womb and had a microphone in my hand.
Melissa's behavior started becoming very odd when I married my second husband.
He was extremely abusive and angry, and he took it out mostly on my mother, and then I fell second to his wrath. So what I would do is I would stock up on bags of candy to comfort myself. It was the only thing that gave me joy.
I decided to divorce my second husband when Melissa was in high school.
After that, my mom got her life back. She became really involved with that whole hardcore health and fitness lifestyle. But then all of a sudden it was like she just was obsessed and, just all crazy with it. At 15 or 16 is when I started to go through puberty, and that's when I started to put on some weight. So my mom puts me on the scale one day, and she's like, let's see your weight. At that point, I was about 5'5" and about 135 pounds.
So I flipped out when I saw that.
She said, you look like a beast. So I started just cutting back on my calories, not in a drastic way.
Ended up 120 pounds and started getting a lot of compliments. She looked just right.
And I thought, oh, this is the best feeling in the world. And so I started cutting more calories. It just started to escalate into food became the enemy. And I started to get thinner and thinner, and I had starved myself and restricted and cut everything fattening and candy and everything that had been my joy out of my life. My biggest joy now was not eating because it gave me so much power. And then I enroll in college. I start majoring in television broadcasting.
When you're a woman, even a simple act like walking to your car can be risky.
I'm working at this TV station. I'm loving it. But at the same time, my eating disorder just kept spiraling downward, and I was in and out of treatment centers. So I moved in with my mother when I was about 70 pounds. My hair was falling out in clumps. Could hardly walk. When I got to 54 pounds, they court-ordered me into a hospital and put me on a feeding tube.
So I said to her, just stop. Just stop doing this and everything will be fine. But she wouldn't eat. One day, it was like, Melissa, I hope that you get out of this, but lots of luck. So long. I haven't seen Melissa in 5 years.
She detached herself from that bond that a mother and a daughter would normally have, as I did too. Since she left, I've been in and out of about 120 various hospitals and rehabilitation centers, you name it. I basically got my act together about a year ago. There was just something in me that was ready, but there's a lot of it that I still hold on to. I just feel like there's so much that I want to do and I'm ready, but who's Melissa without my eating disorder?
Your iron stores are very, very low, so you're at very, very high risk for organ failure.
Wow.
You have to increase your caloric intake. Now let's talk about your consumption of artificial sweetener. It has no calories, but it gets metabolized in your body to a substance called methanol. Have you ever heard of that? Mm-hmm. Methanol is a poison. It destroys your brain.
Great. That explains a lot.
I'm getting the impression that you feel that you've got your eating disorder under control. What I would like you to understand is the abnormalities are not the result of a past eating disorder, but the result of a current eating disorder.
Wow. That was a little hard to hear. It's just kind of all hitting me now that my life is still at risk, and if I don't quit the sweetener and change my lifestyle, I could pay the consequences.
That goes through your stomach, your intestines. I'm not happy with that. It's very bad. Non-toxic white chalk. This is the best. A lot of the stuff, there was lead. You know what lead does to you? Goes in your brain and destroys your brain, your brain cells. Not a good thing. My name is Claudine. I'm a student. I have an eating disorder. It's different. It's weird. I eat chalk. Most of my diet is chalk and coffee. I will have, on an average, 2 to 3 sticks a day. If I am pissed off, angry, sad, I would eat this whole thing. When my grandmother passed away, I ate the whole box in one day. The whole box. When I eat white chalk, it tastes like thick white clay, like a muddy clay, like dirt. I love it. I have to have it. There is a particular brand that I eat. In Queens, they're the only ones so far that have the brand that I want to eat. I come here twice a week. It takes me 2 hours to get here to purchase the chalk, the particular brand that I like. When I put the chalk in my mouth, it calms me down. And growing up with all the things that I've been through in my life, I would just have that piece of chalk in my hand at all times. This is the neighborhood I grew up in. My parents were born in Haiti. I was born here. My pictures of my childhood were destroyed. I don't like to remember my childhood because horrible memories. My parents would fight every day, 7 days a week. After my parents' divorce, it was hard for me. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this. And one day, my mother's friend, I saw her eating chalk. She left the room and she had a box on her desk, and I took 2 pieces of chalk. Oh man, this is the best thing ever happened to me. Claudine comes from a very abusive background, very bad. When I was 14, a close family member beat me down, beat me up. I was with someone that he did not like. He ran after me and pulled my clothes, and right here started just kicking me and up and kicking me and beating me up. All his rage, like, just kept going at me. She was left in the street, moaning and crying. She was so badly beaten. They took me to the hospital. I was bruised all over my body, puffed up, swelled up, couldn't walk. I mean, I ate boxes and boxes and boxes of chalk. I ate boxes at that time. When Claudine was beaten, she was never the same. It destroyed her, that's what I think. Claudine has been going to college for 18 years and she never graduated. She cannot learn, she can't concentrate. It seems that whatever happened to her dominates her life. My mother's been on dialysis for 6 to 7 years now, and she's been in this nursing home for 2 years. I come in, take her out, try to eat, spend a day with her, and we're gonna enjoy a mother-daughter day, and I'm excited to see my mommy.
Thank you.
Coming from a Caribbean family, my mom makes sure we eat Caribbean food, oxtails, chicken. I love my mom. She's caring, she's understanding, she's always there for me. She's my awesome mom.
It's good. You don't like spicy food? I like spicy food.
Oh my God, Mom.
After this, I like chalk.
A couple of years ago, my mother saw me eating chalk. Hey, Mom.
Thank you.
She decided to taste it, and since then, she's been eating chalk.
This chalk look lollipop.
Lollipop?
But it also very fast.
Mom, because it's so good.
I like this chalk.
I like it too, Mom, but you're not supposed to eat it. It's not good for you. I have concerns with my mother eating chalk. I always tell her, Mom, do not eat chalk. It's not good for you because you're on dialysis. You have to stop.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can.
You stop, I'm stop. Yes.
All right, so what you have is a syndrome called pica.
What's pica?
Well, pica is actually a disorder where people eat non-food substances in place of food sometimes. The other thing that's interesting is that usually when you have pica, you have anemia. Now, the chalk itself does not cause the anemia, The anemia is usually first, but the iron deficiency can give you cravings for substances such as clay and chalk. I think the first thing we need to do is get a full blood panel, including your electrolytes, an EKG, and a bone density test as well to see exactly where we are.
Today is my very first therapy session. I'm going in there with a totally excited attitude because I know that probably from this point on my life is going to change, and for the better.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
I am Dr. Jordana Mansbacher. I am a licensed psychotherapist and I have a specialty in treating eating disorders. Can you tell me what brings you in today?
I feel like I'm a picture and that like somebody started painting me and then they didn't finish me. I'd like to finish it.
When you start to develop a disorder, you emotionally stop growing. So emotionally, you are 18 years old, and that's where we have to start. Tell me about your mom.
She has a lot to do with why I have an eating disorder. It's been about 4 or 5 years since I've seen her. She just eats healthy all the time and judges people by what they eat. And it's just like you get this anxiety because you know the wrath of her is like Godzilla.
Okay. So you constantly lived in a state of fear, panic, no control, no structure. That is absolutely the foundation.
And my food being controlled.
Those are the foundations of an eating disorder.
I know, I was a walking recipe. It's amazing that I've survived this long.
A goal I have for you is to bring Mom into therapy. I would like to see her take on what you've been going through. What do you think about that?
I don't know. She looks at more like, this is what you did to me, not what I did to you. So don't put me through anything else.
Okay, well, if we can get her in here at least once, maybe I can do some psychoeducation with her. And if it blows up in our faces, then this is not a road we want to go down together, and we'll focus on other goals.
We can try.
Okay. Now, what would you like to work on?
A lot of my eating is still done in ritualistic, times and amounts still.
Something we can definitely work on. My initial treatment plan for Melissa is to have her come into therapy 3 times a week for intensive psychotherapy, working on her relationship with her mom, and I'm going to be sending her to the dietitian to help her have a healthier relationship with food.
You are, in fact, anemic. But the biggest concern to me has actually been your bone density or bone DEXA test that we did. You have osteoporosis in your lumbar spine, which is your lower back. And you have pre-stages of osteoporosis in your hips on both sides. The reason why this is of a big concern to me is because you're only 36 years old, and I usually see these results in my 70 or 80-year-olds.
And what caused that?
Eating chalk.
How though? From the chalk eating? Are you kidding me?
It's affecting.
Is it a research study saying it's from chalk eating you get osteoporosis?
What's happening for you, once you're eating the chalk, you're not eating the other foods. And so therefore you're not getting the calcium and the vitamin D that your body needs. And instead of getting the minerals that it's missing, it's breaking down bone in order to get it into your bloodstream.
I don't think it's a chalk.
I realize it's a challenge. I realize it's a challenge to hear something like this, but the best way to help is just to be 100% honest and open with you about what's happening to your body.
So, what is the solution?
The best solution is obviously to stop the chalk. If you stop that, start eating correctly, start weight-bearing exercise, then yes, this is very, very reversible.
After Dr. Redcross relayed the information to me on my osteoporosis, that scared me. I realized that I need help. I have no other questions. Today is my first day of therapy. I want to vent about personal issues that I'm going through. So I'm looking forward to talk to the therapist today. I'm Camilla. Hi, I'm Claudine. Nice to meet you.
My name's Dr. Camilla Mager. I am a licensed clinical psychologist practicing in New York City, and my specialty is eating disorders.
I have a strange addiction. I chalk.
Chalk. Okay.
My mom, she eats chalk. I got her eat chalk. She's diabetic. She has kidney failure. My biggest fear is losing her. So we have made this promise. I stop eating chalk, she stop eating chalk.
Have you ever tried not to eat chalk?
I try, but I crave. It just suppresses my depression, whatever I'm going through. I eat it.
Maybe you and I can spend some time looking at what you'd be feeling if you didn't kind of make it stop with chalk. I understand you're scared. What does it feel like to be sitting here right now?
First, when I came, I wanted to vent out. I'm going through some stuff, and then as soon as I came in here and I started thinking about other things, then I'd rather eat the chalk.
You know, I think that actually was really important information, that you, instead of talking, you want to eat the chalk. And I think that one of the things you and I can definitely work on is helping you feel a little more comfortable just talking about what you're feeling. I think right now, from what you said, your feelings feel bigger than you. Maybe we can shrink them a little bit. I don't think we can make them go away totally, but maybe we can help you feel like you don't have to manage them all alone. What about that made you cry? Can't talk about what you're feeling? As is typical of someone who has endured severe trauma as a kid, Claudine really struggles to articulate what she's feeling. She's also very wary of trusting me or trusting pretty much anybody else. I hope over the course of the next few weeks, I can earn your trust. And maybe you can let me in just a little bit. Just a little bit. You think that might be a possibility?
Yes.
I'm excited to meet with the dietitian, and I'm scared to death to meet with the dietitian because it's gonna mean that I'm gonna have to make changes, but that's what I'm doing this for.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good, thanks.
I'm Rachel Liger. I am a registered dietitian specializing in eating disorders. Have you eaten anything today?
No. I eat all my calories at night, like 10 o'clock.
Challenge here today is just to eat breakfast without putting 12 packets of sweetener in it. Breakfast is Melissa's biggest fear, because the reality is you eat breakfast and you feel more hungry throughout the day. That's a good thing. Your metabolic rate is working, you turn the engine on. But that's a real fear for her. What do you think you can order off the menu?
I was thinking maybe I get some oatmeal. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Oatmeal?
I had oatmeal. You don't have to use these, okay?
Okay.
You don't have to use these.
You know, it's like times like this that it's just, you know, this is one of the hardest moments I've ever had in my entire life right now, and I think that this is where it's like push comes to shove. If I want to do this, I want to do this, and you know, I want to get better more than anything. So if it means having to eat right now, I'll do it. I
know you don't want to eat and you're going to just eat today because I'm asking you to, okay? I'm asking you to take a step into me and to begin to trust your intuition and to begin to eat, okay?
The guilty feelings are coming up, and now I'm just feeling not too great.
When I see you eat that, Melissa, when I see you eat that, it's my joy.
It's so insane. I would never eat that kind of stuff.
You did it. You made that choice. I know that you feel
I don't feel like I have it in me to get up and do it on a regular basis.
You made that choice. You want to get better. You want to get better.
I'm looking forward to seeing Carrie, the dietitian. She's gonna help me change the structure of how I eat.
Hi.
My name is Carrie Glassman. I'm a registered dietitian, and I've been treating people with eating disorders for over 10 years. Can you tell me about a typical day in your life, what you eat, when you get up, even what you're doing as well as what you're putting in your mouth?
On my typical day, I wake up, have my coffee, light and sweet, and I pull out my piece of chalk. I'll try to eat cereal in the morning, but then I want chalk.
I also heard from Dr. Red Cross that you do have osteoporosis right now. You want to obviously improve the health of your bones, so I want to get some more calcium into your diet. I want to get more calories into you. I want to improve your energy. I want to get more healthy fat into your diet. It's important for your hormones and your mood. When we do that and we add a little bit more food into your diet, what's going to happen is the chalk may end up reducing naturally.
I don't want food, I want chalk. So I'll take chalk over food before anything.
But I'm not telling you to give up the chalk yet. Just want to get a little bit of more food into your daily life. Do you think that's possible?
I'll do the best that I can, but
that's all you need to do.
Because if I'm going through certain things, I don't want to eat at all.
And that's fine. And I'm just giving you a goal. One of Claudine's biggest challenges is that she's not very receptive to being educated in nutrition. Every time I mentioned incorporating food into her diet, she immediately said, but I'm still gonna eat the chalk. So she absolutely has this obsessive relationship with the chalk, even when she's not consuming it.
A lot of things just over these, the last couple of weeks have changed significantly. I'm ready to build new relationships. As a matter of fact, I asked my mom if she would come see me so we could patch things up. And as a matter of fact, she's bringing the whole entire family, and I haven't seen them in 5 years. I'm thinking it's about time she saw her daughter get to a healthy place, and I think she'll be proud of me. And that's really the only thing I want is for her to be proud of me.
Oh my gosh! A glamour girl! You look awesome!
I know.
Your hair. Hi. You do! Holy cow! You look awesome! You look like Melissa now. You don't look like Melissa the anorexic. I am blown away because I honestly thought that she was ruined forever. I didn't think she could ever rejuvenate herself, but I am able to ask Melissa questions now about her eating disorder that she wasn't able to answer when she was in the thick of it. Just about the anorexia, one thing I always wondered and that everybody wondered is, do you think that it was something you couldn't help or it was a choice that you made?
It was something that was totally out of my control. It wasn't like I just was like, I choose to be this miserable.
Just sometimes it seemed like you were enjoying it and you seemed to enjoy upsetting me with the power that, because I couldn't do anything about it. I mean, there was nothing I could do about what you did or didn't do. I had no control over it, and you seemed to enjoy that aspect of it.
Maybe it was more of a cry for help, like I need help. I think at that point I was just trying to get somebody to do something. I don't know if that's what you mean. My mom is in complete denial that she had a little bit of something to do with the way that and the way that I am, or that she could have contributed to it. That's why I think she needs to be part of therapy with me.
I think that sometimes you struggle with how to verbally express yourself, how to talk about your feelings. And I thought, one technique in therapy that we use sometimes, especially when people have kind of trouble describing what they're feeling, is we have them draw pictures. And you don't have to be good at art. It's not about being an artist. It's just about using a different tool and a different part of your mind to help get some of those feelings out. You think you'd be up for giving it a shot? Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ask you to draw a picture of how you're feeling right now. Just draw what you feel. tell me a little bit about the picture you drew?
This is me feeling blue. And then I put like clouds, like a dark cloud over myself. And then I put these two brown, like a shady feeling I'm trying to get out, like, but it's shaded in. And then I put the dots saying, well, do I go this direction, this direction? And I'm like, still empty here. And then I said, and hopefully there's hope.
I mean, it's interesting to me because you did a bunch of depression and blue and empty and clouds, and then at the very end, it was almost like you drew it all out, and then because you got some of it out, you felt a little bit of hope.
Sorry, I want to cry.
Why don't you want to come here? Oh. The use of art therapy with Claudine really proved quite successful. It seems like it was the drawing that enabled her to just let me know a little bit of information about what was going on. If you're up for it, draw me another picture about how you feel about chalk.
When I'm sad, when I'm stressed, when I'm lonely, my mom's my best friend, but the chalk's my first best friend.
There's a lot of brightness, a lot of nice colors.
I guess because of the chalk.
I think the only time I ever see you smile is when you're talking about chalk.
Going through all the stuff I've been through, that's all I would depend on. I don't talk to people. And that's the only thing that would not talk back to me. The only thing I would just find a little place in my house and just eat it.
It's the only thing that was safe.
Right.
If my mom and I are ever gonna have any sort of healthy relationship, then we're just gonna have to deal with our past. I'm meeting her here for dinner tonight, and I'm gonna ask her if she's willing to go to therapy with me.
Oh, hi, Melissa. How are you?
Fine.
I'm glad we got to meet tonight.
So I hope you like Japanese food.
I love Japanese
So do
food.
I.
I absolutely love it. It's my very, very favorite.
I do too. I'm excited. I'm hungry too.
Good.
So, tell me about your day.
My day.
As far as
No, my day was great. Got to see Hollywood. Got to walk around a little bit.
Dinner with my mom was awkward at first, I guess I could say. The funny thing was that this time the anxiety wasn't around the food.
I have a quick question. I was wondering if you would come to therapy with me to talk some things through.
Well, Melissa, I hope that you get better. But no, I don't need therapy for me.
The fact that my mom wouldn't participate in any of my therapy or anything to do with recovery shows me that she just is afraid that maybe she'll have to maybe once hold the mirror up to her face and look at that, and that's what she doesn't want to do.
I'm done. I've got to go home.
The visit with my mother didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to go.
Can you tell me what happened?
Well, this morning as my mother was packing up, we, as usual, started fighting because she was still refusing to come to therapy with me.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to listen to this, and I'm leaving.
And I was just like, that's it, I'm done. We're over.
I'm sorry it ended this way. But you're just never going to change. If you could just close your mouth, it would be much better.
Because you can't
take it. Bye.
I'm just at this point like, whatever, I'm done. And it was a great sense of freedom. It was like, hella freaking hallelujah, I just don't want to have anything to do with her anymore.
So you finally realizing that mom and getting her approval and acceptance is not where you need to go in your life?
I realize she's gonna be the way she is. Obviously, it doesn't matter what I do, she's gonna stay that way.
Okay, so you're finally seeing mom for who she is.
But I feel like crap now. I'm not trying to let it get me down, but I'm emotionally just a mess inside.
Right.
And it's something that I have to realize this is life. Like, this is what I have to prepare myself for. Okay, life is not always gonna go the way you want it. And if I didn't eat or if I started to abuse myself, I would just be hurting me.
Exactly, and we have to keep you thinking that way.
I'm determined to change these things.
And that's the willpower and strength in you. And that's a wonderful thing. So
that's why I'm here. I told you I'd be committed to it. So I'm in it for the long haul.
I'm proud of you.
Still not easy.
No, and no one said this is easy, but the fact is you're here and you're doing it.
Today I came in a grocery store to shop with Carrie.
How are you? Good to see you today. Okay, so today
I'm actually going to get to show you the foods that are high in calcium and help you pick out your favorites so we can easily incorporate them into your day. You have osteoporosis, so you have weak bones. We need to eat calcium to strengthen our bones. So just think 2 servings of a great calcium food a day, okay? What about yogurt?
I like yogurt. This red raspberry.
Okay.
Peach.
Boysenberry. I like boysenberry. All right, so let's go pick out some cheese.
Yes.
All right? Let's grab a Swiss cheese for you. 1 slice is going to give you about 15% of your calcium needs. So what I'm just starting with wanting you to get 1 yogurt and 1 slice of the Swiss cheese. But if you get a little bit more, fantastic.
Okay. I love Swiss cheese.
Good. I love it. I like that you said I love Swiss cheese. I haven't seen you this excited about food. I'm very happy. I'm loving this. I go to the grocery store every day. Claudine was 10 times more receptive than she ever has been about learning about these foods, and I feel like it was an excellent step for her. All right.
Goodbye. I'm Melissa's friend Elisa. Melissa and I do cardio dance class 2 times a week. I'm really frustrated with Melissa because I love to go have burgers and fries on a regular basis, and I want Melissa to come do that with me. I'm tired of watching her not eat and come up with excuses why she's not eating and stuff like that. She needs to step up. It's burger time.
Oh my God. I know I've been working with the dietitian a lot lately, but I really don't think I'm ready to tackle the burger thing right now.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Scale of 1 to 10, how nervous?
11.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, you too.
I can't believe you're doing this to me.
Let's do it.
There you go, girly.
Thank you. Oh my God.
I think my biggest fear is that, like, you know, when I eat stuff like that I'm just gonna blow up all of a sudden.
How good?
I'm gonna let myself enjoy it too. For once, I wasn't eating a salad at 12 midnight with all my sweetener on it.
Oh, you have a picture? Take a picture. All right, 1, 2, 3.
I'll send it to my mom. How I'm gonna feel like tomorrow, I don't know, but I'll deal with it.
So how are you? I've been thinking a lot lately, a lot.
About?
You know, I'm thinking about my mom eating chalk. If I lose my mom, I won't have any family, it's just me. So it's just a lot I'm thinking about.
Do you think you could draw a picture of all that stuff you're feeling? Claudine has made quite a bit of progress through her artwork. As the trust has grown, Claudine has felt more and more comfortable talking about what's going on for her.
This is my heart, and this is the feelings that I have that's around my heart. The chalk is like my mini weapon.
Give me the white for a second. See, I think the chalk does this.
Yeah.
Right? It's still there. You still know what the feeling is, but it just makes it a little bit less obvious.
And of course, gotta have the curly hair. Camille is outlining. It's like
the container.
The container is when I come here, you listen, even though in the beginning it was hard for me to open up, but when I come here, you listen, and it's understanding, like, this is what I'm going through.
Today, Claudine was able to verbalize her emotions. It's a positive first step in choosing to feel her feelings rather than numb them with chalk.
Those pictures I have inside of me, I just let it out and tell you this is how I feel.
And to see something, to name it, maybe we get a little more power, a little more understanding and control of the feelings as we name them and as we call them out.
Mom, look at the babies.
It's nice.
Today I brought my mom to the park to discuss all the therapy work that I've been doing. So I've been working with Camille in therapy and talking and discussing all my issues that I have within. But I'm starting, baby steps gradually. I'm gonna stop eating chalk. I have to stop. It's not good for me. And I'm doing it for you, Mom, because you said you would stop. When I stop, you're gonna stop.
Yes, I'm stopped too. You stopped. I'm stopped too. I love you so much.
I felt, relief that she understood and she's promised that she's gonna stop. I have long ways to go, but I know by the end, I'm definitely gonna be doing so much better. Next time you see me, I'll be like, no more chalk, that's it. But I'll eat. Hopefully, I'll start eating properly.
I do kind of want to see where my body would go with a few more pounds on it. I deserve to give that to myself because I'm a woman and I deserve to see what my body would look like.
And you allow yourself to really taste food these days too. That's a difference.
I'm gonna let myself have another piece.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be okay with it. I am, because I really do want another piece.
Okay.
Over the last few weeks, I have been letting myself have food and just kind of had to push that fear of I'm gonna blow up overnight out of my head and not focusing on the food that I eat.
What's it been like not seasoning your food with that sweetener?
I am just putting it on things that it should go on. And I've been counting out 20 packets a day.
Wow. She's doing great in her recovery. She's cut down on the sweetener from 200 packets a day to 20. She is moving in the right direction. Symbolically, what do you want to do with this?
Let's torch it.
Okay.
This 6 weeks has been the best 6 weeks I've ever had in my entire life. I haven't talked to Mom since she left. I realized that I can change, but I can't change other people. I love my mother, but right now, I think the best thing for me to do is just do it on my own.
I'm so proud of you.
All this stuff that's going on in my life right now, I've never had to experience before. I'm, 36 years old, but I'm just embarking on the world, dating and going out there and meeting guys. And I'm not scared of it at all. I'm actually embracing it.
You had a great smile when you laughed.
Whatever happens to me in the future, I can take.
Cheers.
Cheers.